So an extraordinary number of South Asians live in Dubai. Even Africans, a lot of Africans happily live in Dubai with their family. Time flies and they've put in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Some of my clients have been living in Dubai for 40 years and they have family and children. But the problem that they never thought about, and it wasn't as much before, times have drastically changed and you should have changed with time. But if not, then this is the opportunity. 2026 is the year that makes it or breaks it, and a lot of people are taking action. You should take action as well. And what I mean is the passport that you sit on. If it is a weak passport, let's say it's a Nigerian passport, let's say it's a Pakistan passport, or any other similar weaker passport, if shit hits the fan, anything goes wrong. And we don't know when things can go wrong. Maybe you're driving in the wrong country, or a woman, you have a criminal charge. Maybe you're a LGBTQ community member in the wrong country, and let's say you somehow get framed or illegally charged, or there's an identity theft, or anything can happen where you're not doing anything wrong intentionally, but things have gotten wrong for you. Have you taken an insurance policy? Have you done anything to create a plan B for you? And if the answer is no, you're still using your home country passport to spend your time. A country like UAE is never going to give you citizenship. Yes, if you're a billionaire and you know the king, yes, they might get a direct passport. But for ordinary people, for regular people, most people who are living in Dubai on a weaker passport, your time is going to go. But once you get older, or if things go wrong, you are sitting on a thin rug. If the rug gets pulled, you are gone, your family is gone, and under no circumstances your family would be able to go back to your home country, because that's where you have come from. Situation or life is harder back home. Their children are used to the international lifestyle in UAE, and they cannot imagine going back to Nigeria or Pakistan or whichever other country that you have come from. And that's why in this video I'm going to discuss the solution to this problem. You strike a paper residency. The objective is to get a solid second or third nationality. So if things go wrong, yes, UAE is going to respect that powerful passport. But let's say you or your family member wants to exit, your children want to go abroad for studies. If they have the right strong nationality, you're improving their chances of success. You're drastically improving their life. I'm going to discuss 3 options which you can start or trigger sitting at home right now in Dubai, which could change the future for your children. But before I deep dive in this topic, if you're a regular viewer, please do me a favor. If you think that this channel adds any value to your life, helps you in making valuable decisions, then please turn on that subscription. It helps this channel, it helps us grow, and it helps me get you breaking news and updates on time. Now, the idea is to get a residency sitting at home, and this is what is called as a paper residency. Europe sells this paper residency, but they call it something else. They call it the Golden Visa. And ideally, if you have some cash, if you have some net worth, there are 2 options which does not cost anything. There's no money that you're giving to the government. In fact, they're paying you handsome returns in some cases. The first option would be in the EU, and the best option would be Portugal, followed by Latvia and Greece. Portugal, if you have slightly more capital that you can hold up, 325k euros, you get back 375k, so you're making some profit. So that's the Golden Visa in Portugal. After 5 years, as of the recording of this video, you can still apply for nationality. The second option is the paper residency, which is Latvia, the cheapest possible paper residency. The hassle with this one is that you're renewing this permit every year. In Portugal, you're renewing that every 2 years. That is kind of the difference between the 2 permits. The Greece is the normal standard 2 years permit. So you acquire a paper residency from one of these countries, and as I said, ideally you want Portugal because that's the only paper path that leads to an EU passport. The second one you want to have from Latin America. There are 3 choices. One is Panama, Paraguay, Uruguay. Certain people directly qualify for Uruguay. Other people would typically add a Paraguay to their portfolio. So once you have a paper residency from that part of the world, let's say someone has some time to physically be there, you spend the minimum physical amount of time required in the country and then naturalize through one of those nations and become a Mercosur citizen. So on one side, you would acquire an EU nationality, become an EU citizen. On the other side, you open up your doors to a Mercosur citizenship. You've almost covered the best part of the world. Now, how much does Paraguay or Uruguay cost you? Nothing at all. In Paraguay, there is no criteria. The fact that you decide you want to get that residence, you can get it. Once you enter Paraguay, we only need 2 days of your time. Let's say you need a visa, you have the visa, you don't have the visa, whatever it is. Once you're inside, as I said, only 2 days of your time in Paraguay, we can wrap up the temporary residency. In Uruguay, let's say you enter visa free, then it's 3 days of your time you can strike Uruguay. Uruguay works best for someone who has a visa free access, because then there's no wait time. You decide when you want to land and it's just 3 days and you complete your direct permanent residency. The qualifying criteria for Uruguay is $1,200 of monthly income. I would bet 90% of you watching, or 95% of you guys watching, already qualify for the Uruguay permanent residency. So why not get it? They're not charging you a premium. The other ones in that region is Panama. Panama is slightly more expensive, where you're opening up a bank account and then you can directly obtain a travel passport, which is one of the most strongest passports that you can get in 2 weeks. If you've missed that video, definitely return and take a look at this one. I've covered this program in a lot of detail. And for people who have a slightly more budget, you could think about or consider getting a citizenship by merit in countries like Albania, Serbia, or Georgia. All three have a CBM process. Times have changed. It's no longer about a CBI. It's all about a CBM. Even certain African countries have started awarding CBMs now. The other wild card that you can add to your portfolio is an immediate passport. This passport, I feel, is one of the most valuable passports that you can get in 2 months. And if you want to learn about this option, and there's a passport and there's also a direct remote, 100% remote permanent residency that you can acquire without even moving from your home location. Sitting in your couch, you can do this application. And if you want to know what that country is, definitely hop onto this video. This is one of the sexiest passports that you can add to your portfolio. Catch you in this one.